They attacked her, ma'am. It wasn't no physical. They attacked her, ma'am. I mean, it seemed like from my daughter was asleep, ma'am. For all of them to be in that room, and then they come in there like I don't know, woke up or whatever the way it seemed like they attacked her, ma'am. And she naked, ma'am. For a father to see that video, ma'am, because my daughter's not a fighter, ma'am. She's not a fighter, not at all. For them to do what they did, ma'am, it just seemed like it was a plot because they couldn't have did that over here, ma'am. They couldn't have did that over here, where her friends, all her friends are. It wouldn't have went down like that, ma'am. They don't realize, what they done done, ma'am. They just robbed, they just put a hole in my heart, ma'am. That was my only child. I'm just heartbroken, man. I can't even be a granddaddy. Can't even walk down the aisle, man. Can't even hear a voice. Can't even hear say daddy. Mom, can't even hear say daddy. Can't even hear say grandma. Y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know what this done to me. Just don't know, ma'am. You just don't know. Just don't know. Just don't know. I thought she'll be burying me. Not me burying her.
What do you hope happens in this situation when it comes to getting justice for your girl?
They get charged for it, ma'am. And they go back over there and do the time. Because that's where they did the crime at. And they left her there, ma'am. They left her in that house, ma'am. They left her there for the maids to find her. Don't you know how much pain my daughter suffered for the injuries, that she took? She was smaller frame, man. For them to sit there and try to get her no help or nothing. I just want justice, man. I'm just angry, hurt, sad, all in one, man. All in one. And I've been dealing with this from day one when I got the phone call.
New details about the death of an American tourist in Mexico. The FBI has now opened an investigation into Shanquella Robinson's mysterious death. Matt Rivers is in Mexico City for us. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Robin. We've been covering this story for more than a week now, and with this new information that just came out really yesterday evening and overnight, more questions than ever now surround the death of Shanquella Robinson here in Mexico.
This morning, a family looking for answers surrounding the death of North Carolina native Shanquella Robinson at a luxury resort during a vacation in Mexico. The FBI now investigating as a bombshell new development has emerged. Mexican authorities say the American tourist may have been alive and that a medical professional on site may have been working on the 25-year-old for 3 hours before police arrived on the scene. According to local Spanish language reports, one of the guests staying at the resort called for help around 2 p.m. upon arriving, informing medical professionals that she had, quote, drunk a lot of alcohol. A doctor reportedly said she was stable but dehydrated, suggesting she be treated at a hospital. The guests, however, insisted she stay in the villa. Law enforcement authorities not called until later, eventually declaring Robinson deceased just after 6 p.m. Those reports differing from an autopsy obtained by ABC News, listing that medical professionals arrived at the villa around 3 p.m., declaring her dead within 15 minutes, citing the Charlotte native died from a severe spinal cord injury and a dislocated neck.
We got our first dead body.
This morning, a new video surfacing showing Shanquella resting in a hammock at some point before the trip turned deadly.
Buddy.
I heard some stuff, a dead body. And, that just made me wonder, that was their plan all the time.
This on the heels of the now viral video, too violent to show, of a female roommate appearing to assault Shanquella.
They just stood there and watched and didn't even try to stop it or break it up. She wasn't even fighting back. They attacked her.
Over the weekend, the community gathering to lay the once vibrant businesswoman to rest. Justice can't come soon enough for the Robinson family.
To let me know that my daughter's being murdered wasn't going to go in vain, that somebody's going to be prosecuted.
And even with all this new information, no formal suspects have been declared in this case by either the police, the Attorney General's office here in Mexico. So a formal conclusion surrounding this death still seems very far away at this point.
Yeah, but many want to hear from those friends, especially after that video went viral.
Shanquella Robinson traveled to the resort town of San Jose del Cabo, Mexico, with 6 university friends. Shanquella really looked forward to getting together with her old college friends. Shanquella, a graduate of Winston-Salem State University, who ran a beauty and hair braiding business called Exquisite Kids in her hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina, checked into the $2,500 a night Villa Linda 32 at Puerto Los Cabos Resort in Honduras on October 28th with a traveling party. Within 24 hours of their arrival, the 25-year-old was dead. Miss Robinson's friends delivered her suitcases to her heartbroken parents, Bernard and Salamandra in Charlotte, North Carolina, and claimed she died from alcohol poisoning after a day of heavy drinking. The friend's story was discredited when an autopsy released on November 10th revealed Miss Robinson had suffered a severe spinal cord injury and a broken neck 15 minutes prior to her death. On November 15th, a horrifying footage emerged online of a naked Shanquella being brutally beaten in a hotel resort room. In the 20-second long clip, a female aggressor approaches Shanquella and knocks her to the ground before delivering a flurry of brutal punches and kicks. A prone Shanquella slumps, defenseless to the floor in response. Although her attacker is fully clothed, she is naked. A man seemingly filming the attack taunts Shanquella while doing nothing to intervene. "At least fight back or do something," he can be heard saying. Shanquella's father, Bernard Robinson, verified that it was indeed his daughter in the video footage. The disturbing clip of the attack went viral on social media and in the face of an apparent inaction from authorities. Since then, major discrepancies have emerged between the Mexican authorities' official account of what transpired before Shanquella's death and what others claimed happened that night. After the autopsy report and the discrepancies in the stories among her alleged friends, along with the leaked video of the brutal attack on social media, Shanquella's father believed that the attack was premeditated by the people she thought were her friends. According to a newly obtained police report, Dr. Carolina Gutierrez, a medic from the nearby American Medical Center, arrived at Villa Linda 32 Resort at 3:15 p.m. on October 29th. Medical callouts are relatively common for U.S. tourists in Mexico. In the police document, which is in Spanish, Dr. Gutierrez said Shanquella had consumed a lot of alcohol and required an IV drip. The medic states that Shanquella appeared to be intoxicated and was not able to communicate verbally. She recommended that the patient be transferred to a hospital immediately, but said the friends were adamant that she remained at the resort. At 4:20, the police document states that Shanquella started having seizures. The doctor noted that Shanquella was struggling to breathe and her pulse lowered. At that time, Winter Donovan, one of the female friends at the party, called 911. A number for Ms. Donovan listed on the document has since been disconnected. Around a half an hour later, at 4:49 p.m., the doctor began administering CPR after detecting that Shanquella no longer had a pulse. All in all, Shanquella was given 14 rounds of CPR, 5 doses of adrenaline, and 6 shots of the defibrillator. She was pronounced dead at 5:57 p.m., with the cause of death listed as cardiopulmonary arrest. This 4-hour-long saga seems in direct opposition to the death certificate, which describes Ms. Robinson dying just 15 minutes after suffering a broken neck. Indeed, it is unclear if the doctor who treated Shanquella was aware that she was suffering from a catastrophic spinal injury, or whether her friend's insistence that she had alcohol poisoning affected the treatment she was given. With friends like that, I tell you, who needs enemies? And as the day goes on, there's more and more information being released, and the story is just getting worse. But be mindful, because there are a lot of people out there spinning different narratives. And I get it. As a content creator, we want to put out the content. We want to get the freshest content. But it's also important to make sure you get the facts as well. So without further ado, I found this clip with Gerald. I talk about Gerald all the time. Gerald is with the North Carolina Beat. Shout out to you, Gerald. This dude is the real deal. I mean, I talk about him often, so you guys know how I feel about him. But Gerald had some very interesting things to say, and I think you all should take a listen.
Hello, everybody. Come live with me. Hello. I wanted to come on just for a few minutes. Hope you all are having a fantastic Sunday. This is the day that the Lord has made. We all shall rejoice and be glad in it. I want to come on because I want to address some stuff because it has been bothering me and it has been bothering this family. And I think something has to be mentally wrong with some of these people on the internet to think that anybody that makes a fake page and say they are Dejanay and say they are Khalil and say that they are Winter and to say that they are Malik and to say that they are Nazir. I mean, anybody can make a page and say that they are these people and y'all run with it. I mean, to say that this girl is a man and that Shanquella was assaulted by a man, it's almost like you are misleading the truth. It's like you have no regard for justice. I mean, my nephew can look at that picture and say, Uncle G, that's the same background, the same color shirt. It's the same person. They just zoomed in on it. You can still see a little color. I mean, for people to be on the internet and just to say Shanquella was getting beat up by a man. I mean, what's wrong with you? You all right? I mean, I just don't understand. I feel like that is really, 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 really misleading. So stop that. Okay? Shanquella was not assaulted by a man. She was assaulted by a woman, and the woman's name is Dejanay Jackson. Dejanay Jackson need to be arrested. The police and the FBI does not need to be looking for nobody that look like Dejanay that might be a trainee, okay? Because now, no. It's a woman, okay? It's a man. Not a man. It's a woman. Dejanay is a girl, okay? That's what the police need to be looking for her ass. So when they get a Dejanay Jackson, it's going to be the woman that was on that video. Point blank, period. Okay. The second thing I want to address, okay? None of the suspects, alleged suspects, okay, has went live or has planned to go live. Only person that's went live is Nazir Wiggins. And he snitch, okay? And what I mean by that is he basically said, oh, I wasn't there. He lying anyway, but, oh, I wasn't there. And, oh, it wasn't me. Oh, I got there a day late. Oh, I wasn't there when the fight was going on. Oh, this, oh, that, oh, this, oh, that, oh, this, oh, that. I mean, bruh, at the end of the day, you the snitch, okay? So hopefully the police get you before they get you. But at the end of the day, you really saying they did it, not me. They did it. It was them. It was Winter. It was Dejanay. It was Malik. It was Khalil. It was them. It was them. It wasn't me. I didn't do nothing. I wasn't there. Stop lying. Yes, you was. Even if you wasn't there, you gonna sit here and act like, first of all, you gonna say you just, that shit bothering me. That shit keep bothering me. Y'all say, damn, Gerald, let his hair go. Fuck no, I ain't letting nobody hair go, pulling all your weave and all your tracks out your motherfucking head. So at the end of the day, it's really bothering me that this son of a got online and tried to be like he wasn't there. And then you mean to tell me these lumps on the lawn, as soon as you run in the house, you go straight to CPR, but you rubbing her head, you rubbing across her knots, you playing some more. So, oh, but I did see the knot, I did see her eye. So you just say, what the hell happened? This ain't no goddamn alcohol poison, but you got a degree though. A degree in what? A degree in what? Lying. That's what you got a degree in, because you ain't got no degree in telling the truth. You ain't got no goddamn degree in common sense. And when we all came out the womb, it's like y'all, you ain't got the sense God give a damn that. So okay. He's the only person that went live, y'all. Ain't nobody else went live. Ain't nobody else said they're gonna go live. And if they do go live, they're really crazy. Because if I was being accused of something such as this, I would be getting me an attorney. Okay. All right. The third thing I want to address is that no. Mr. Bernard Robinson did not say that that they stole $6,000 from his daughter. Okay? Let me clear that up. That is not true. He never said that. What he said is that he sent $6,000 over to Mexico, almost nearly $7,000 to Mexico to get his daughter's body brought back over here. He did not say. Okay, I was getting a phone call. Neither have they ever said that $6,000 was stolen from her. That's not true. That is not true at all. No money has been reported by this family that any money from Shanquella's bank accounts or whatever has been stolen. They have not said that, and it has not been reported as of this time. That is true. That's not true, and that is a lie. That is not true, and that is a lie. 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. That's not true. This family has never said that. That's not what they have told you all. That's not what they have reported. If you watch the interview that we did, that I did with Mr. Bernard, he stated that it cost him $6,000, nearly $7,000 to bring his daughter back over here to the United States. Okay. Again, we know that there is another video of Shanquella being attacked by Winter Donovan. Grabbing her around her neck and slamming her on the ground, and she's not getting back up after that. We do know that there is another video of that. We know that is a video of that. However, the family does not have that video in their possession physically. They have been told about the video. They know that there's a second video, but they have not seen it. I'm just trying to address some of the rumors because they have not seen it. Okay? If you have the video, or if anyone close to the persons of interest, and they have sent you the video, just like they sent this video, the video of Dejanay assaulting Shanquella, just like they sent that video out. If they sent the other video out to you, then turn it over to the FBI. Or if you're scared, send it to the NCB, and I would turn it over to the FBI. I have been in contact with the family since the day that we got on the story. And I'm constantly, every day, I'm in contact with the family. Okay? So, ain't nobody worry about them haters. They can kiss my the 23rd Psalm of my black ass. And let me tell y'all this. I've been doing this for 8 years, baby. This is not my first story. Okay? I'm going to help any other family that needs justice just as much as I'm helping the Robinson family fight for justice.
Thanks for doing that, Gerald. That's why I respect and support you so much. If you guys have not went over to Gerald's page on Twitter or Facebook, it's the North Carolina Beat. You guys will not be disappointed.
It seems like that everybody has a problem with somebody that's doing something. That's somebody that's actually being a voice. You ain't done nothing but hate all you. What have you done but been a hater? Stop being a hater. Find information. Turn it over to the FBI. Turn it over to the family. Hashtag her name. Keep her name out there. That's all you got to do. Stop worrying about everybody else and worry about yourself. And maybe you'll get somewhere in life, because I'm blessed. I'm anointed to do this. I'm anointed to do this. Some of y'all not anointed to do this. You don't know your purpose. I know what my purpose is. My purpose is to help families. I don't just sit at home and wait for stories to come. I go out and I do research. I go out and I knock on doors and I talk to people. I go to people's living rooms and talk to people. And just as if anybody else, family, need justice and need a voice, I'm going to speak it just like I'm speaking it now. So at the end of the day, if you don't like me, if you don't like my stories, if you don't like how I write, how I cuss, how I drag, how I say what's on my mind, and before I take anything back, I'll add more to it. If you don't like that, then you don't have to watch me. I've never seen somebody so, like, I've never seen nobody watch somebody they don't like. I mean, it has to be a mental illness for you to sit on here and watch me and you don't like me. I mean, that has to be it's a serious issue. I think it's very bad. I mean, but at the end of the day, tonight I am doing an exclusive interview with Shanquella's sister. Okay, Shanquella Long. Shanquella is going to tell us about how she found out about her sister's death. She's going to tell you about everything that Khalil told them when Dejanay and Winter came over to the house. She's going to talk about that. So that's going to be tonight at 8 o'clock. So make sure you are on the NC Beat. It will be streamed live here on Twitter, and it will be on YouTube. Okay, everywhere I'm streaming right now, that's where it will be. So it will be tonight at 8 o'clock. Okay, tonight at 8 o'clock. Tonight at 8 o'clock. Tonight at 8 o'clock. All right. The other thing I want you guys to pay attention to, and I'm going to talk and discuss more about this tonight because a lot of you may not notice this. This is something that I observed. If you notice in the video of Dejanay assaulting, because that's what it's not, it wasn't a fight. So let's stop saying it was a fight, because Shanquella was not fighting back. And I want to point this out because this is, I believe, this is my spirit, my third eye. Listen, my heart, God, everybody's been just putting this in my spirit. If you go back and watch the video, you notice that Shanquella is not fighting back. I mean, she does a little arm reach or whatever, but it's like she's moving. It's like she's in slow motion. It's as if they drugged her, as if they put something in her drink. Because if you remember, the mom and the sister, they spoke to Shanquella that Friday. They were drinking and they were having tacos. Because the chef had came over. Okay, Shanquella told them that, she would talk to them tomorrow, which would be Saturday. Well, Khalil called Saturday and said, Shanquella is not, feeling good. She's resting and she threw up. But I believe that phone call was after she was already dead. And that phone call was to set it up for the next phone call. Oh, Miss Salamandra, they over here trying to resuscitate Shanquella. There's no way that the average person, the natural response, the natural response would have been like, if somebody is fighting you, right? If somebody is fighting you, I mean, she didn't yell, she didn't say stop, she didn't say get off of me, she didn't cuss. Even if a person is not a fighter, right? Even if a person doesn't fight, nobody's just gonna sit there and just let somebody beat them up, right? You get what I'm saying? So I mean, it seems in the way she was just moving slow, and then when she's on the ground and she does her hair slow like that, it's not like, oh bitch, I'm gonna whoop your ass up. If I fight somebody and I can shoot these ones, don't get it twisted. If I fight somebody, and I may not win, but you gonna know you've been in a damn fight. Okay, it was like she was real sluggish. Like it was just, even if somebody wake you up out your sleep, baby, you not sleep, you up. Even if somebody wake you up out your sleep and stand, like, even if somebody wake you up out of your sleep, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they start swinging on you, you don't woke up. I mean, you woke up. It seems like they may have put, I don't know this for a fact, this is my opinion, and this is what I have just observed, okay? And I even relate this to the family, okay? It's just, they may have put something in her drink the night before or whatever it had. It just seems like it was set up. It seems like she was set up. It just seemed like they may have put something in her drink the night before, and the next day she was still having the effects of it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, because there's just no way that a natural person, just like our natural reaction, if somebody hit us, we gonna fight. Like we and Mr. Bernard was like, yeah, it seemed like she was sluggish, and it just seemed like that, she was just moving in slow motion. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just it just seemed like that. And I just feel like that if Quella was like her, she would have fought. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, I don't know. It just seemed like that they may have drugged her, put something in her drink or something, I don't know. Of course, that's going to come out in the investigation, but it wasn't a man fighting her. Let me block you. Because you're getting on my nerves. Let me go and block you because I'm trying not to roast you. I'll roast you from amazing grace to a flown opportunity. So I'm just going and get you up off of here because you messing with my spirit. Hey, let me just go and get you up out of here. Now, that's just my opinion. Okay. If you watch that video, something just not right. It's just not right. And if they was in the United States and they plotted to kill Shanquella Robinson by taking her to Mexico and doing it, they're going to face charges in the United States, and they will face charges in Mexico. Conspiracy, I'm sure they got charges. I'm sure they looking at charges that they ain't even used in about 40 years for they goddamn ass. No arrests have been made. No arrests. Malik Dyer, Winter Donovan, Dejanay Jackson, Nazir Wiggins, Khalil Cook, and who did I say? Dejanay and Elise. Yeah, Elise Hyatt. They are all still free at this point. As of 12:40 Eastern Standard Time in North Carolina, they are still out here. They're still out here. They're still out here. There's not been any indication that they have been arrested. There's no, they have not been arrested yet. Okay. They have not been arrested yet. There's been no arrest made in this case, and there needs to be arrest made in this case. I respect the investigations, but we need to know, or we need to hear that they have been brought in for questioning. They need to be in the interrogation room right now. For one, they lied, told the Mexican authorities that it was alcohol poisoning. Now, Nazir ran to Buffalo, New York. And I believe New York is where he's from. He ran from Charlotte to Buffalo. Dejanay ran from Charlotte to Connecticut. She up there in Connecticut with her mama, with her mammy. Nazir had ran from Charlotte to Buffalo, New York. Now, I do know that the police has been trying to contact them. They've been going to known addresses, from my understanding, and from messages that people have been, sending, of people telling other people to tell Khalil and to tell Dejanay and to tell, to tell them that the police are looking for them, and they don't stay here no more. And I just want to say that if you know where they are and the police are looking for them, and by you telling people to tell somebody that the police looking for them, I just kind of feel like that it's obstruction of justice. Like, I feel like that you're standing in the way of this baby getting justice, because Shanquella did not deserve this. Shanquella did not deserve this. And then, I was gonna commentate and write up a story about the new video that's circulating around. To me, it does seem like that they were plotting, because I'm like, if somebody is walking around a house saying, "Where y'all hoes at?" Friendly talk. Where y'all at? Don't take that long to get naked. And she real loud. Y'all be like, "Sis, we in here. We over here in this room. We over here. Girl, we back here. Where you at?"
It don't take that long to get naked, hoes. Where y'all at? She told me I'm gonna keep it hot. You gonna keep it hot? What? I'm gonna keep it hot. I've been in suits and I don't want to wear because they, what Go said, they croup.
The one that's like mediocre is in my check-ins. I can't wear them.
Girl, we've been over the whole time. It seemed like that the more she called out for them, they knew she was calling her. They knew that she was calling for them, trying to find out where they was, and they weren't saying nothing. Then when she got closer to the room, they heard her. Because Malik came from somewhere. I don't know where he came from, but Khalil came from somewhere. I think that was Khalil. Khalil came from somewhere. Anyways, when she got close, they want to hurry up and switch out. And then she was like, she talking about she gonna keep it hot. So Shanquella might have heard something. You know what I'm saying? She might have heard something that kind of like, was talking about me or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is. You gonna keep what hot? And then switch the conversation about a bathing suit. And still don't no nigga want to see you in one because you don't look good. Your body is bad. Okay, you should have been getting you a goddamn membership that day and the motherfucking goddamn Planet Fitness. Because when you look at Shanquella and you look at y'all, I mean, okay. But like I said, justice will be served. Tonight, 8 o'clock, NCB. I'm talking with... Oh, and let me get this straight. For y'all talking about, oh, you re-traumatizing the dad, and Mr. Bernard wanted to do the interview. Mr. Bernard could have said, stop it. Mr. Bernard is a grown man. He's old enough to be my father. Okay, and that's why I call him dad. Okay, because he's old enough to be my father. And I feel this is personal to me. This case is personal to me. I have been doing this for 8 years, and I have covered a lot of cases, and I have brought light and shine light in dark places on a lot of cases. But this is real personal to me. This is real personal to me. And it's mostly personal to me because I had 2 fucked up friends in my life. Not no crazy shit, because they know bitch, I may be a convicted felon, but I would kill you dead before I let you. So they already know. But I cut them off. But God sent me signs. And I know how people set you up. And I know how people try to, they just try to set you up. They move differently. You got somebody like me that have a relationship with the Lord. When you got somebody like me that's anointed, no weapon formed against me will be able to prosper. And every time that rise up against me, you won't have no good luck. I'm trying to tell you, but ask they ass, because where they at right now? In jail on $1 million bond, on the motherfucker $1.5 million bond for some shit that they done got tripped up in. So you better be careful who you come up against. I'm just gonna let you know. You better be careful who you come up against. But it was personal to me. It was personal to me. And when you see a sign, when you know that, because let me say this, all of these videos and all of these pictures that all of them girls and them boys, all of them have been on trips before. When you see how Dejanay was in Shanquella's comments like, oh, you look good, you look this, and then you watch the video and say, I'm sick of you. Like, it was a sinister, like, it was so sinister the way she said it. It was like, I can't stand you. It was like that when she said that. And I'm like, there's no way, if you really loved me and if you was really my friend, that even if I did something wrong or made a mistake about something, there's no way that you would just say, I'm sick of you, like how you said it and how you picked her up and slammed her, like, how you threw her, like, and how you, it don't seem like it seems like that you have built up animosity. It seems like that you just, like, for whatever reason, I don't know. I just don't believe. Hello. I just don't believe a person. I don't know. I just don't believe a person that loves somebody would just say something like, I'm sick of you. Now you might say, nah, bitch, I'm about to get you together. Because you go, no, but to just want to fight somebody who it's just, it don't. A lot of people were saying that, Khalil was gay, and, he do look like he jump out of trees, but it is what it is. Everybody has a right to love who they want to love. Everybody has a right to do what they want to do. Some of the rumors, I don't believe it, with some of the rumors with the gay homosexual behavior and stuff like that, at the end of the day, if you've been friends with me for 5 or 6 years, and I should know you gay by now.
And I absolutely agree with Gerald on that point, because if you're my best friend, I will confide in you and tell you things that my family may not even know about me. That's what best friends do. They confide in each other. So the fact that she had no clue of his real sexual preference, it is a red flag. It's like, what type of friendship was that? What were you in it for? Because obviously you didn't really confide in her. So why would you even consider her to be your best friend? Make it make sense. At the end of the day, I think what's so sad is the fact that Shanquella really believed that these individuals were her friends, but they weren't. They were like the devil in sheep's clothing. And unfortunately, she paid the ultimate price of her life. And this is to everyone out there, to young and old people. Be careful who you consider yourself to be friends with, because the one closest to you who you think might be your best friend or your close friend may be your enemy.
I ain't got my phone behind.
An arrest warrant has been issued in the death of a North Carolina woman killed while vacationing in Mexico. An autopsy report showing Shanquella Robinson died of a broken neck and spine. Authorities have arrested a friend of Robinson's who was also on that trip. The U.S. State Department and FBI have also been involved in investigating this case.
I'd first like to offer my condolences to the family of Shanquella Robinson. What you guys are enduring during this time is something very difficult, and it's something that no parent ever wishes to go through. So I'm sending you guys a lot of love and light and prayers. I pray that God put his loving arms around you guys and help you during this difficult time. And to Shanquella, I didn't know you, but from what I see, you are a beautiful person inside and out. And I'm so sorry that this unfortunate event had to take place. But I pray now that you're resting in heaven with the angels, and you know that we're down here fighting for you. Your memory will live on, and you will never be forgotten. Rest in heaven, beautiful angel. I'm curious to know what your thoughts and opinions are regarding this topic. This was a very difficult and heavy subject for me. Please leave your thoughts and opinions below. Please remember that everyone is entitled to their own opinions. I just ask that you be respectable with it. Please remember to love your family and your loved ones, because they can be here today and gone today. You just never know. Until next time.